Welcome to the Battle of Ohio podcast, where we follow the revival of the historic rivalry between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
All right, this is the predictions recap episode for the conference championships, and we have a winner for the playoffs, and it's me.
I hate you.
Interestingly enough, we actually we actually tied this week, but I only needed one win to get over the hump of like officially winning the entire playoffs, and we still have the Super Bowl to predict. So next week we're going to predict the Super Bowl, and there's not really going to be anything riding on it. It's just going to be, a fun little discussion video.
I blame Josh Allen. I'm not Josh Allen. I blame Lamar Jackson. Honestly, I blame Lamar Jackson. Let me tell you why I blame Lamar Jackson for losing. Because the thing is that if Lamar Jackson was just a capable quarterback with all those weapons on Baltimore's team, and he could throw the damn ball and beat Buffalo, who was a very beatable team. Kansas City exposed that.
Well,
Lamar.
Well,
I mean, like, honestly, do you think Lamar? Who do you think have more weapons, Lamar or Patrick Mahomes?
Who has more weapons? Patrick Mahomes, for sure.
Yeah, but Lamar have a decent amount of weapons. He got Hollywood Brown and
No, yeah, I mean he's not like completely devoid of weapons, but I wouldn't say the Ravens are the best example of like a stacked team. They're a stacked running team, but I mean, like, when Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews are your, are the guys who are supposed to be producing 90% of your passing game, then like
that's true.
That's not the greatest thing in the world. But at the same time, you also kind of need, like, Lamar isn't exactly the most consistently accurate thrower either.
Well, anyway.
But that game was last week. That has nothing to do with this week. Now, we both, like I said, we both tied this week. We both picked one of these games wrong. But I only needed one to ensure victory. So right now I'm sitting pretty at a 9-3 record, and you got a 6-6 record with only the Super Bowl left to predict. So I guess next week we'll see if you can at least get over 500. That'll be the fun challenge, because we don't really have much riding on it otherwise. Unless you want to make another jersey bet. Buy me a second jersey, Thomas.
No, we gotta spice something up for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
What should our Super Bowl bet be? We should ask past guests on the you know what we should do?
What?
We should get every single one of our past guests Super Bowl picks.
Okay.
Or we could have a big prediction episode with all our past guests on.
I'll contact them, see if they can come on.
Right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see who we get.
But so guests so far, we've had Jacob Lawson, TJ Wright, Zach Colgan, and Alex Peterman, right? Anybody else?
We should at least get the Super Bowl picks. And then we have a team we should have a team, not Team Patriots, Team Buccaneers, Team Kansas City thing going on.
Oh. Yeah, I'll see if I can get their picks from them. But that'll be for the next episode. Right now, we just got to recap what happened in the conference championships, which we both have to answer for because we both picked one of these games wrong.
Yep.
So I guess I'll go ahead and start with the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, if you'll recall, I wasn't really super confident on picking this game because I wasn't sure what we were going to see out of Patrick Mahomes. I thought that, how in the hell are you going to overcome a concussion in less than a week? That still doesn't sit right with me. I'm not sure if I feel right about, like, I mean, I guess they won, so whatever. But I'm telling you what, man. Like, if you're going to risk like that kind of health issue, like if you're going to risk coming like off of a concussion after only a week, and then the Chiefs hadn't won, then I'd be questioning Patrick Mahomes, like who he's got in his life trying to convince him to play in that game. Now they won, so whatever. They're going to the Super Bowl, and I'm sure he doesn't regret his choices at all. But like, if they hadn't won, that would have been pretty questionable decision making there. But that was pretty much like I had to make a decision because I didn't feel right doing like a conditional pick, like, oh, if Patrick Mahomes doesn't play, then the Bills are my pick, and if otherwise the Chiefs are my pick.
Because
So
we don't do conditional picks here.
What?
I think we don't do conditional picks here. We decided to get rid of that. Remember?
Right. So, but basically, what I said was I said, well, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to play, and if he does play, he's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. So I figured, the Bills are just, going to be a more complete team. And that's not what happened at all. Patrick Mahomes came in and looked like the same old Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he went 29 for 38, 325 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Just so good, man.
KC put up nearly 40 points.
Just so good, man.
He was nearly perfect on the day with 127.6 passer rating. So like, and on that, like, Josh Allen wasn't terrible, but he got sacked 4 times. He threw an interception. He ran the ball decently well, but he didn't like completely. I wouldn't call him absolutely dominant on the ground like he can be sometimes. So basically, you had Josh Allen having a mediocre performance, and you had Patrick Mahomes coming in and having a near perfect performance.
By the way, I see a lot of people, Josh Allen got ripped on Twitter after the game. People are saying, a lot of Cleveland fans are saying Baker Mayfield better than Josh Allen based off of their performances against Kansas City. Now, I ain't going to necessarily say Baker Mayfield is better or worse than Josh Allen, because I think that's I just am not going to just make that argument. Because for one, Josh Allen had a way better regular season than Baker Mayfield. Now, granted, Josh Allen had more time in his system than Baker Mayfield would have. But Baker Mayfield had to learn a new system this year. But at the same time, I'm not taking away what that man did at all this year. You got to realize this is the first time, these are still very young and very green quarterbacks. And I just think that Patrick Mahomes set the bar a lot higher for Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Baker Mayfield. Patrick Mahomes is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time already. That kid is just phenomenal. Like, that kid is just phenomenally good. So, like, I just think that, I'm not hooting. I might have joked around like, yeah, Baker Mayfield is better than Josh Allen. I might have joked around about that, but that Chiefs team, we got to give credit to that Chiefs team. That Chiefs team does have a better defense than give credit for, especially the red zone defense. The red zone defense is excellent. They do a great job of giving the ball back to the offense, and the offense can play any style they want. That team is going to be very hard to beat. Good luck, Tom Brady.
Well, I'll tell you, if Tom Brady manages to give Tampa Bay their second Super Bowl win up against the Kansas City Chiefs the way they're playing, then there's no debate anymore. I mean, I'm not really at the point where I'm entertaining the GOAT debate at this point anyway. It's like literally who but Tom. There's literally
Tom Brady.
But Tom Brady. Like, I mean, it's like a couple of years ago. Okay, maybe we can have some discussion about X, Y, Z. But like, no, it's there's no debate anymore. But like, if Tom Brady wins a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay against Patrick Mahomes, he might be better than LeBron James. Like, I mean, he might already be better than LeBron James. I don't know. But like, I mean, he might be the GOAT of all sports without question. And he might already be there, but like, he'd be even better than that.
Tom Brady's the greatest athlete of my lifetime.
Tom Brady's the greatest athlete. Well, okay, I can't say he's the greatest athlete of all time, but he's definitely the greatest. From where I'm standing right now, Tom Brady might be the greatest team sport athlete of all time. I want to emphasize greatest, obviously, because there's obviously more talented players. I mean, there's more talented players in the NFL today, I think, but greatness isn't just about talent. Greatness is about being able to put it all together, and nobody puts it all together like Tom Brady does. But yeah, basically, like I said, my thought process was just like I didn't think Patrick Mahomes was going to come out immediately after that concussion and play the way he did, and that's basically what happened. I said it during the predictions, and I have to commit to something. I'm not just going to sit here and try to make a conditional pick or something like that. But you know, I did mention that I wasn't nearly as confident on that just because I don't know what's going on with Patrick Mahomes. So had I known Patrick Mahomes was going to be 100%, which even then I'm still not entirely sure if he is 100%, but he sure played 100%. If I had known that was going to happen, then I wouldn't have had any problem picking the Chiefs. But you win some, you lose some. Speaking of which, you lost the other game.
See, man, look, man, I am. I kind of sound like a clown when I say that out of my mouth. I said that I am doubting Tom Brady's greatness. I literally said that. But like we gotta open up a bigger conversation here though. Aaron Rodgers is 1-4 in NFC championship games. And this is not football, this is not basketball. When people give you talked about, you mentioned LeBron. LeBron get a lot of flack for all his losses in the finals, but people forget people forget like how bad those teams were LeBron dragged to the finals. Now Aaron Rodgers can't even make it to the finals to lose in the finals because he keeps on choking, man. And I wouldn't say he choked, but you're 1-4, dude. Come on, man. Like Aaron Rodgers, you're supposed to be one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. Like you're supposed to be on Patrick Mahomes level. Like you should have had Patrick Mahomes pedigree. And I thought, you know what? Look, I gave you a pass. I was like, look, maybe it's his coaching, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But the reality is, Aaron Rodgers is you. You're a diva. You're a great quarterback, right? Hall of Fame quarterback. Great commercials, funny commercials. But in 2 years, you're gonna be doing Jeopardy. Let's be honest. Probably more like 3 years. But still, like dude, like, come on, man. You gotta win these big games, dude. You gotta win these big games eventually. Sometime ever, right? Like,
well, he did win a Super Bowl.
He won one Super Bowl, yes, but you would think that Aaron Rodgers, talent-wise, people don't understand how talented this dude is. This dude can make every throw known to man. All the throws that Patrick Mahomes can make, Aaron Rodgers been making. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I don't know.
So here's the thing about the Packers. First of all, I want to speak to. I guarantee you there are zero Packers fans who watch this podcast. If in the future, I'm perhaps speaking to people in the future, people 10 years in the future, if this podcast has gotten popular, and for whatever reason, Packers fans are going back and listening to the beginning episodes of this podcast. If there is a Packers fan listening to this at any point, please quit your fucking bitching. Oh my God. You guys have been acting like the most spoiled brats. Like coming in here like, oh, we've lost 4 NFC championships in a row. Woe is us. We're such a heartbroken franchise. Like Dan Hansis was talking about on the Around the NFL podcast. He was like, Packers fans have been hitting me up saying, why aren't we ranked on the pain rankings? Because you won a bunch of NFL championships and you have like 3 Super Bowl wins. What are you talking about pain rankings? Like, my team won 4 games this year, and we haven't even won a Super Bowl. What are you talking about pain rankings? You guys made it to 4 NFC championships since 2016. Be happy about that.
Wait. Hold up. We won.
And then the Browns fan who wants to talk too.
Wait, you're telling me that Packers fans? This is the Battle of Ohio podcast, by the way.
Yes.
Ohio, the state that founded pro football, the state that had 9 pro football teams in the state where the NFL was founded. That is just crazy. Wait, was it 9 or was it like a little less? Anyway, it wasn't 9, but it was more than 3 because it was one in Akron, Canton, and Cleveland alone at once.
And Dayton.
Dayton had one. Some small. Did you know the Lions?
Columbus had one.
Did you know? Yeah, Columbus had one. Did you know that? Yeah, was that where the Lions started in some town?
They were called the Portsmouth Spartans.
Yeah, where the hell is Portsmouth at? I live in Ohio all my life. I don't know where the hell Portsmouth is at. I've been up and down the state. I don't know.
It's like Southern Ohio on the river, I think.
Yeah, it's like in between Athens and like that city had an NFL franchise in Ohio. How many Super Bowls does this state have? How many Super Bowls does this state have?
Got a bunch of NFL and AAFC championships.
We had to fight. Like when they started moving, when they started having NFL drafts in different cities outside of New York, Ohio had to fight and claw Cleveland and Canton. You know how much the city of Cleveland had to fight to get the NFL draft in Cleveland? You know how hard it was, even though the Canton Hall of Fame is literally down the street. Like I can be at the Canton Hall of Fame in 30 minutes right now. I'll be there 30 minutes. Have my Kia Forte, drive Jerome. I'm there. You want to talk about the prize franchises? You guys, Green Bay Packers fans, complaining that they have not won a championship in 10 years, to me is like being a kid, an orphan, right? It's like being an orphan from the 1930s and having somebody from the Hamptons and
complaining that your dad isn't Bill Gates.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. I was gonna say, yeah, whatever. You ruined my joke, but yeah, let's go with that.
Listen. Since in 2010, the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl, right? Let's see, 2014, they made it to the NFC Championship and lost to the Seahawks. 2016, they made it to the NFC Championship, lost to the Falcons. 2019, they made it to the NFC Championship, lost to the 49ers. And in 2020, they made it to the NFC Championship and lost to the Buccaneers. You know what my Bengals have been doing since 2016? I think Connor just said losing, which is correct. They've been losing a lot since 2016, and 2014 to 2015 were pretty good, in fairness. But I mean, we also didn't win a playoff game, so I mean that's the thing. Even in those early years and it's like the Packers have missed the playoffs twice since that Super Bowl run. In the last, since 2007, the Packers have missed the playoffs 3 times. And y'all are over here like, we're such a heartbroken, downtrodden franchise. We lost the NFC Championship again. Like, fuck you.
You know who else is a downtrodden sports franchise that's been going through a lot of suffering?
What?
The New York Yankees. Haven't won a World Series since 2009.
Terrible.
Oh, my God. How can the New York Yankees? Like, I feel so bad for those Yankees fans, man. Oh, so horrible.
You think maybe they should just pump a little bit more money into their team and they'll win?
What about the horrible fans of the city of LA, man? Like LA, man, like how many championships did LA really have to root for? I mean, it's only the Lakers won the championship and the Dodgers won a championship, but they didn't even get a parade. I just can't believe LA had to suffer through not having a parade this year.
Well, and you know what? We've been roasting on this podcast the Pittsburgh Steelers for all of their drama over since 2017. It's been pretty bad over there. Those poor Steelers fans gotta cry at night knowing that they won't have more than 6 Super Bowl wins anytime soon.
Hey, man.
How awful.
Pittsburgh still suck.
The Steelers still suck. But, my point is, shut the fuck up, Packers fans. Shut up.
Shut up, Packers.
Chill the fuck out.
Including that kid I work with who always be talking to me about how the Packers are way better than the Browns. Shut up.
Shut up, Tom Grassi.
if I wasn't if it wasn't for the alcohol I drink on my off day today, I would remember your name, but I can't right now because I'm so. But yeah, shut up.
So anyway, to move on from that, although I'm kind of having fun with it. I believe my exact words. Well, actually, I don't remember what my exact words were, but my exact feelings on that game were Tom Brady is the GOAT, and I'm not betting against Tom Brady. You can't make me do it. No, 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 no. Now, I will admit, not Tom Brady's finest, game. That said, he made it happen when he needed to make it happen. He went through he kind of started out the game. He threw like 3 interceptions and that was pretty bad. But at the end of the day, when he needed to get going, he got going. And part of that was, the Packers offense just not being able to capitalize on Tom Brady's interceptions. And, you can definitely make something out of that. But like I said, at the end of the day, he put up the 31 points that they needed to win. And I mean, he comes out here, he throws 3 interceptions. Was that Stephen A. Smith? A Stephen A. Smith clip that started playing. I thought that was you for a second. I'm like, can I finish talking, Thomas, please?
No, I'm not. I mean, like, I'm trying to channel my Stephen A. Smith, my inner Stephen A. Smith, right? We got the whole first take setup, the black guy and white guy talking sports and debating and stuff.
Wait, shit, does that make me Skip Bayless?
No, it makes you Max Kellerman.
Oh, I don't know anything about Max Kellerman. I just don't want to be Skip Bayless.
Yeah, nobody want to be Skip Bayless. By the way, and let me say this, man. Like, I know you was talking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean not Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith to interrupt you, but I was it was Saturday night. I was listening to the I was listening to a radio show on CBS Sports. I can't think of the name of it right now. I don't know why I'm forgetting all my names right now. But the guy was talking about not Patrick Mahomes. He was talking about Aaron Rodgers' record in NFC Championship games. At the time, he said he's 1-3. He's just like, I do not think that, it's been proven. He has proven that he's not capable of winning in these games. And I was like, well, I mean, again, like this Packers team is really good, man. It's really good. But this is a time of champions. And that Tampa Bay team is really good. And Tom Brady, man.
Well, not to mention Tampa Bay was kind of, coming together at the right time. And it did kind of seem like the Packers were really playing their best at the right time. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like stopping this Tampa team is just it takes a lot, man, because like Tampa's not just Tom Brady out here winning games. This is a whole, like, this isn't like the Patriots last year where Tom Brady had to basically pull them to every single thing that they were doing because they got ballers in the team. This Tampa team has talent. Like, I mean, they got friggin' Le'Veon Bell and Ronald Jones and like somebody else, right? Who
they got
Leonard Fournette.
No. They don't. Yeah, I'm about to say they got Leonard Fournette. They don't. Le'Veon Jones is on.
Who am I thinking of?
You think of Kansas City? What's his name? Well, they got Leonard Fournette.
No. What running back am I? I'm thinking of some
Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette. Yeah, I said Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette. But you said Bell. Bell plays for Kansas City.
Yeah, he plays for Kansas City. Which, by the way, can we please for a second bring up the fact that Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell are playing against each other in the Super Bowl, and Ben Roethlisberger has to sit at home and watch them.
It's funny. It's funny how they both feel their acts too.
LaShawn McCoy, that's who I was thinking of.
I didn't even know he was still in the NFL.
Yeah, he's Leonard Fournette's backup in Tampa.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, they got some running back. They got some ballers on that team, man.
Yep.
So, man, Bruce Arians, man, he doing his thing, man.
And
it's funny to me. It's funny to me, man, that like they were 8-8 last year with Jameis Winston. I ain't saying Jameis Winston's a bad quarterback or anything, but you see how in the NFL how important the quarterback position is. Like Tom Brady straight up went to Tampa Bay. It was like, all right, we're all the Super Bowl boys, let's go.
Right.
Like, can we? I mean, like, you talk about greatness, but like, man.
Well, I mean, this is a Tampa team that
43.
hadn't even been to the playoffs since like what was it, 2007?
Oh my God, they're in the Super Bowl right now. Tom Brady, why didn't you come to Cleveland? Oh,
We all had Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah. I mean, I love you, Baker. Hopefully you'll be on the level with Tom Brady by the time you're 43. He is 43 though, man. Like how many athletes are still playing right now that was born in the 70s?
The Buccaneers have literally gone through 4 entire coaching tenures before the last time that they made it to the playoffs. You know who was the last coach to take the Buccaneers to the playoffs?
No, I have no idea.
John Gruden. That's how long ago that was.
The other thing that astounds me about what Tom Brady is doing, by the way, is that Tom Brady was born in the 70s, right? There are players who were born in the 90s right now who are retiring in sports, all sports, baseball, basketball, and football. They're born in the 90s, had 10-year careers, and are retiring.
Technically, Brady didn't start his career in the 90s.
I know that. I'm saying he was born in the 70s, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He was born in the 70s, though. Like
his offensive coordinator right now, like had his entire was like a first round draft pick, and his entire NFL career spanned since Tom Brady's been drafted, and like obviously he's not playing in the NFL now. So Byron Leftwich, literally his entire NFL career fits inside of Tom Brady's career, and now he's Tom Brady's offensive coordinator.
Tom Brady's been playing football longer than I knew how to do math. Like, seriously,
Tom Brady's been playing football longer than I remember. Well, that's not entirely true. I was going to say longer than I remember watching football, because I don't remember Tom Brady starting in the NFL. Because like that first like that playoff like back then, I remember the Super Bowl that they played, the Patriots and the Rams. I remember that Tom Brady Super Bowl, and I remember kind of hearing about Tom Brady leading up to the Super Bowl, but I don't remember hearing about like I wasn't paying attention for the Tuck Rule game. I was I wasn't paying attention at all because my whole entire NFL focus at the time was the Bengals. And the Bengals were, as many people know, very, 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 very bad back then. So, yeah, just
Tom Brady's been playing
when you
football.
put into context how old this man is, and he just showed up randomly at 43 years old and was like, hey, I just left this dynasty that I built for 20 years. Now I'm going to come here and I'm going to build a new dynasty. Because if Tom Brady's back in Tampa next year, I don't see why Tampa's not back in the Super Bowl next year. I'm going to be honest with you.
How long can this man go?
Apparently that TB12 died. He'll go indefinitely.
Like in 2000, right? That was his rookie season, right? Like it's 21, right? He's been like this man has been winning Super Bowls before Kanye West even had a career. Keep in mind, Kanye West got 35 Grammys. Before Kanye West, before Taylor Swift, before I don't know, man. I just took a blank. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, all those people, man. Dwayne Wade is retired. Carmelo should retire. It is man is winning is in the Super Bowl.
When Tom Brady entered the NFL, Bill Clinton was president.
When Tom Brady when Tom Brady was in NFL, it was airplane security was easy.
Yeah.
I might have to X that one out.
That one was a little clunky.
Just a little bit, just a little. That was just it tiptoes the line. When is it? When is it not too early? Like, when is it not too early or too soon? When is it not too soon anymore?
I was in 5th grade. I'm 28.
What, during 2001 or during Tom Brady's first
Tom Brady's
game?
first season would have been 2000, right? Well, no, I know I wouldn't have been in 5th grade. I would have been 8. So I would have been in 3rd grade. But point being, I'm 28.
Yeah, man, that dude been playing for a long ass time. Shoot, I was in kindergarten. Starting 1st grade. So, yeah. I graduated 2012. So, like, so every year that it is the year of my grade. So 2000 is kindergarten because 2000 2001 is 1st grade. So it's actually very easy to remember.
Yeah. Pretty insane. And for what it's worth, it's like Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, I mean, let's not take this away. And Aaron Rodgers actually outplayed Tom Brady pretty significantly. Like, I mean, well, okay, not that significantly. Like, I mean, he threw less interceptions, but he also took way more sacks and threw the same number of touchdowns. So, like, yeah. Leonard Fournette looks like Leonard Fournette played pretty well in the. Shut up, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, shut up, Stephen A. Smith. Nah, I like you, Stephen A. You're good people.
I don't know, man, but just I hopefully it doesn't. I'm not trying to give away my pick for the Super Bowl because I'm not going to make that pick until. Well, we got like 2 weeks until we got to record the predictions episode for that. But like I said, my philosophy with this game was just I'm not picking against Tom Brady. I mean, even last year against the Titans, like the Patriots were definitely not that great of a team, but like I would have picked Tom Brady and I would have taken that L and I would have taken that L and been happy with it because man, like if you bet on Tom Brady, you're gonna win more often than you lose.
I don't know who I want to pick for the Super Bowl, honestly, because you could say almost the same exact thing for that dude in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I'm going to pick for the Super Bowl because this is going to be close.
Yeah, I'm definitely not sure 100% which way I'm going. I can tell you I like both teams, so I wouldn't have a problem if either team won. But to be honest, I haven't really, I didn't have a problem with any of the Final Four teams. I would have been totally cool to see the Packers win. I would have been totally cool to see the Bills win. But it's not what we got.
Yeah, dang man, this is like the Super Bowl the NFL will want. Like Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, and like, how can you not want to watch this though? Like, but this is like the Super Bowl the NFL wants. Like, this is like the perfect scenario for the NFL. The NFL executives are probably just chilling.
Well, there's this one YouTuber I watch quite a bit. His name is Brandon Perna. He does like a Daily Show style sports thing, and he's a big Broncos fan and like the biggest Tom Brady hater you'll ever meet in your life. So he's having a really bad time in this Super Bowl, and it's kind of hilarious.
I mean, like I don't because like I want to enjoy the Super Bowl. I think it's gonna be a great Super Bowl. I mean, I don't hate Patrick Mahomes or I think Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal, even though he kicked us out of the playoffs. I actually I think he's pretty cool. But I also like Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's an awesome person. I think Tom Brady's an awesome quarterback. Well, not an awesome person. I think he's an awesome
I was about
quarterback.
to say, I'm not sure.
I don't know how he is as a person. I hear a lot of negative things about him as a person.
Yeah,
but
here's
you know
some. I'm not really too worried about who he is as a person.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care you are as a person. Like,
I mean, I do care, but I mean, when we're talking about watching a football game, I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, you're fun to watch. She's fun to watch. She find ways to win games. You know, I mean, like I can never get out of my head. He lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. He threw for 500 yards against the Eagles, man. He threw for 500 yards in the Super Bowl, man. Like that performance is going to go unnoticed because he lost to the Eagles. Like, I literally hate the Eagles for that, honestly. Like, this man threw 500 yards on you, and y'all still win.
I will say, as Patrick Mahomes gets older and he kind of, goes through what's looking like a career that's going to challenge Tom Brady as the GOAT, I think that loss against the Eagles, you could probably bring that up in terms of like an argument about who is the greatest quarterback of all time. Because, you could bring up the Super Bowls that Tom Brady lost, but, bring up that Eagles loss, and you'll have to remember that it really wasn't Tom Brady's fault that they lost that game. He threw for 500 goddamn yards.
Yeah, he did. I don't know how you throw for 500 yards and still lose. Oh, I do. Ben Roethlisberger. Throwing slants, thinking you're cool because you can throw a couple of slants here and there. You ain't cool, Ben Roethlisberger. You trash.
He's never been cool. I mean, I totally understand why people. Oh, hey, look, and Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown are in fact expected to play. I guess I guess both of them were dealing with injuries. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell was dealing with a knee injury, and Antonio Brown was dealing with a knee injury, and both of them weren't entirely sure if they were even going to play in the Super Bowl, but they've both been cleared, and they both will play. So that's hilarious. Just another example of the Steelers and their arrogance kind of biting them in the ass eventually. And
well, the Steelers, by the way, the Steelers have just hired their offensive coordinator. It's Canada.
Who?
Something Canada. Wait, hold on. Pittsburgh Steelers new offensive coordinator. Matt Canada. There we go. I know his first name. I just knew his last name. Like,
it looks like it was an in-house pick.
Yeah.
So okay,
that's a Steelers thing to do, is to pick somebody in the house.
Yep.
Great. Another person that Ben Roethlisberger could bully. Yeah.
Well, I ain't going to be bullying too many people if he's dead, which that might be the next step as far as injuries go.
Nah, that dude. Man. I hope he plays I hope he plays as long as Tom Brady plays.
Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
Oh, I do too. He's already causing a let's see. He is already causing problems for the Steelers. So I hope he continues to play, because it's like, for years I was looking forward to the day when Ben Roethlisberger retired. But now that he needs to retire, all I want for him to do is stick around.
I know. I'm the same way. I think they're gonna have such a bad season next year, dude. I think they're gonna have such a bad season next year. I think that, oh man. I'm so excited for how bad the Steelers are gonna be next year. Because I realized that, I was like, we might put 4 teams in the playoffs next year in this division, but I don't think that's going to happen next year, because I just think that those Heisman quarterbacks are just going to run laps around Ben Roethlisberger, and it's just going to be a running joke all year until they bench him. I think, because he's only going to get older.
Everybody only gets older.
Yeah, well, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But considering the fact that this dude is already 38, 39, getting older is not a good thing.
Who?
I mean, Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah. No, yeah, he.
But how the heck?
Especially with Tom Brady is still playing, because of how he takes care of his body. You can just visually see how Ben Roethlisberger takes care of his body. It's about how I take care of my body.
He take care of his body?
Well, he indulges his body, I think.
I mean, maybe he does take care of. Maybe he does do workouts that we don't know about.
You know what? Actually, from one of those stories I heard about certain addiction, I think he does, take care of his body. Nudge, nudge.
I don't know, man. I don't know all of that.
So now that we've thrown a masturbation joke in there, I think that's probably enough. We're just kind of rambling at this point.
Oh, you didn't hear
because we've kind of wound down on games to talk about because there were only two. So there were no predictions episode next week, obviously, because we're not what we're gonna say here and predict the Pro Bowl. I don't even think.
There's not even a Pro Bowl.
Right. So what would we even predict? Sit here and we'll probably try to throw. Let's see. We're gonna try. We're trying to change the format up a little bit as far as what we're doing with these podcasts. So during the off season, we're gonna try to start throwing in some live streams here and there. So you might not get you're not gonna be getting a predictions episode this coming week, but look forward to maybe a live stream or two here. Maybe we'll talk about the draft. Maybe we'll talk about the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll talk about et cetera, et cetera. But keep your eyes glued for the final predictions episode where we predict the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And did we decide, Thomas, if we're doing anything for that, or are we just doing that one for pride?
Oh, possibly. We got to brainstorm something. Possibly coming soon. Stay tuned.
We'll let you know if there's going to be any sort of prize or anything for it.
Right now, Otis man a jersey though. Thank you, Lamar Jackson. I'm blaming you.
I will take my Joe Burrow jersey in orange in whatever. Whatever. I'm sure they'll release an orange jersey in their redesign. We'll just see what they do release, but.
What if they don't?
If they don't have an orange one,
what if they change? What if they change the Bengals colors? What if they change the Bengals name?
You shut your whore mouth.
I'm not gonna do that.
They better fucking not. I mean, I guess I would deal with it. I guess I would just keep going. The only thing that would get me to stop being a Bengals fan is if they moved out of Cincinnati.
As somebody who's a fan of a team that's changing their name, it's not that bad.
I don't know why they would do that. That would be pretty stupid, but
what? Who thought it? But the Tiger King though? Who's standing up for all them Tigers?
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's standing up for all them Tigers. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening to predictions. Like I said, catch the next episode. Don't forget to go listen to the last episode of the podcast that should be posted by the time this is posted, where we kind of started getting into a little bit of off-season talk, talking about Bengals and Browns cap space and free agents and stuff like that. And there's some good stuff to listen to in that. And also, me and Thomas both went on a rant about the Steelers and how screwed they are. So that's fun. That's good. That's good content right there. But anyway, thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
That damn Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin, Ben Roethlisberger. What's the difference?
All right, good night, y'all.
Browns.